Hi guys, James here. Welcome to Tibaldi Goes My Works, and yep, we've got an inbox review today. Hot off the press is Airfix's brand new tool, 1/24 scale Messerschmitt BF109G-5/G6. Kit number is A17003. Now this was delivered this morning, this Friday morning, by DPD. And for reference, that's the number, okay? So we're going to play a little bit of Russian roulette with the kit. Hopefully it'll be okay. So what I plan to do, and I'm going to split this review into two parts. I will do the sprues first, and then I'll do the decal sheet, instruction booklet and masking set, because I've got an additional masking set here separate, because otherwise it would be a very long video and you don't want to see that. So first off, we'll spin the box round. Probably you've seen it all already. Obviously beautiful CAD images, the big piece, cartograph decals, model design and tooling 2025 decal schemes, and pack design 2025 on this side. 8+, 3 years old. You can't really, there we go, that's better, you can see all that. There's your code there. Obviously the ends have got that cool design, the cool design that's on the instruction booklet, as you've seen. I'm going to move everything out of the way. And this one's got the information, 405 parts, skill level 4, flying hours for obviously 5 schemes, 3 of the same aircraft, 4th is a captured, the boat, that one's the I think the D is a captured version as well. And then this is the back of the box. So that is a really important number that you should take note of if you have any issues with your kit. I will mention that someone did, a couple of people did, but hey ho, we're not going to publicise them here. Yes, I've got these gloves on because they're anti-stab gloves, so we don't want to get, I don't want to be bleeding everywhere, because I'll be cutting open a lot of bags. So box is unsealed. Step the box off and we're greeted by an awful lot of sprues. Oh shit. Excuse my language. Yeah, an awful lot of sprues. And by me looking, yeah, bits of glazing are loose, but never mind. So I will pause it there, get all these sprues unpacked and get them cut out of the bag, because I don't really think you want to bore, and get organised. Yeah, I will say this, I think they could do a little bit less on the bags. Here's one. So Right, let's get organised, shall we? Mr. Unprepared as always. I'll pause it there. Right, this is Sprue Q. Obviously we've got the engine fairings on there. Instrument panel. Other bits of the fairing, bits of the back panel. Machine gun parts. Actually no, these are the internal machine guns. Obviously trim wheels. Other greebles. A lot of lovely parts. Quite a bit of side moulding. I think they've got raised rivets around, and it's got they've got raised rivets. Brilliant. So that's Sprue Q. I'll let you all guys have a chat. Pick your rolls of that, because the BF109 is an interesting beast, shall we say. Beautiful kit. A little bit of sprue around the on the sprues, but flash on the sprues, but nothing you can't handle. If you've seen Mr. Nigel's build of it so far, you'll love it. I certainly know Mozzie's loving it, so yeah, very nice that is too. And the second sprue, which I've opened the bag, is the glazing. So unfortunately the glazing is a bit loose, because Mr. DPD threw the box down, which they always do. Fortunately it snapped off at the front, but yeah, you can see how beautiful the screens are. Hence that's why you need both masking sets for it. Obviously the Erla canopy, the armour plating, all the different windows. Obviously the fuel line, the infamous fuel line that Nigel went mad with on the Ease Revell kit, because they put the sprue gate in the wrong place. On the one part that has to be clear, they put the sprue gate, so I'll put that back in there. I will put that as a safe space. Next one, we'll open this live unchecked on screen. I'll be very daring. I've got not got my stabby proof gloves on here. Again, India, why are you so wasteful with these bags? And we'll slip this one out. And we've got 3 sprues here. I mean, that can be used as a dustbin bag, honestly. So we have the D sprue. Again, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Nothing that isn't fixable, because you've got structure that goes in here, structure that goes in here, and it'll straighten out. Job done. A little bit of warp, But yeah, not bad. I will be building this at some point. Beautiful detail. Obviously there's very little oil on this, so it's oh yeah, you can see the oil on that part, because that is a massive great chunk of real estate there. That's the wing spar. Not seen. There. So this is the Sprue. Wing slats. I think the clue is this is the port wing, because the port wing spar there, all the engine intakes, direction, you've got to have the direction of the wing. So yeah, Z pin on the back, couple of Z pins. You've got to make sure they've got those off, because you might have some trouble getting those in other places. Obviously all the holes, again, chain drilling around there. Like so. And this is Sprue F. Again, there's some beautiful detail in here. I shall let you see the wings and things, and the wing. All the greeblies around here. Flip that over. I see it around the back. These are obviously all the holes to drill. They're the holes for the underwing cannon. You got to drill in there. And that's the little holes, the holes to be changed in on that side. So you've got a lot of bits in there. A lot to keep you busy and occupied. And that wing's okay. There's no disrespect. You cut that. You cut cut it off the sprues, and it will return to shape. Because it's taking the shape of the sprue there. Yeah, very nice too. Oops. Slide that the sprue out the bag. There we go. Make sure there's no parts. That's another rubbish bag. the bin that was empty is quite full. So plonk those over here, and let's have a look at the fuselage. Again, nicely made, nicely tooled up, beautiful detail. Again, lots of raised and recessed details. Obviously little panels there, that panel feels raised, that's cool. Yeah, really nice. And the machine gun, obviously the cannon at the front. A little bit of a visible seam line down there, you'd be able to sand that out, no problem. Bit like the ME410 I did. So yeah, very nice too. And that's sprue A. That's the first sprue. B sprue. You got the tower plane in there, the floor, and the wing. And obviously bits of the lower bits of the lower fairing. All the bits of the lower fairing, because you've got the internals for the radiator there. Interesting telltale signs that there might be another sprue there. Might hint at other versions. Yeah. Again, that side. Again, you've got multiples there. That's the B sprue. Obviously, they've got the swirls where obviously the plastic is injected in there, so nothing to worry about there. And this is the C sprue. Bonus points, that piece isn't broken off, as it was with Nigel and Moz, I believe. Moz, however, was gonna had words with Mr. Luckhurst, aka Dale, and asked him for a replacement. Obviously, you can't see that part of the internal fuselage. Again, tower plane. So obviously the rudder. Very nice. Again, a different instrument panel. All the bits for the of the tail, and they grouping the parts together well. The sprues are bowed, but it won't affect the parts. That's the C sprue. Another big bag. No parts in there. So we've got the P sprue, drop tank, and the greebles for the associated bits and pieces for that. Slight bit of sink there, but nothing to worry about because it's on the top, it's hidden. And these drop tanks used to get used and abused. So that's the P sprue. The N sprue, again slide molded cannon. That's cool. These are the gondolas underneath for the machine guns. Again, you've got to be careful getting the Z pins out of the way on that. Nice little detailed sprue. Port and starboard, very important. So that's the N sprue. Leave that there. Right, this is the L sprue. Again, it has the spinner and all the associated detail with that. Again, the prop, beautiful. Even better than the one that was with the Typhoon. That one is. Again, a sprue, little what's it gate on there. Needs a little bit of clean up at the ends. You can't see that because they're all covered. It's all sitting in there. So brilliant. So that is the L sprue. And finally, out of there is the M sprue, which suspiciously looks like it has undercarriage parts on there. And it does. Obviously, wheels. Yep, they got Continental on them. On one side. Flats on the wheels. Obviously, the hubs. Obviously, meaty bit of the undercarriage there. I mean, it does look like they put some thought in that, so you can actually modify and put some wire in there if you so feel like it. In fact, you definitely can put some wire in there. Some brass wire. Some very sturdy undercarriage legs. and that's the M sprue. Okay. Again, raised rivets on the undercarriage doors and recessed as well. No sink marks or ejector pins on the undercarriage doors either. It's really nice. Sublime. So that's the M sprue. That's a relief. Right, so this is the G sprue. I should put that one over there. Again, this is part of the Daimler-Benz engine. And that supercharger that Nigel was talking about, it looks absolutely sodding gorgeous. Cylinder heads. An engine exhaust which is slide moulded. I do have a weld down there. That does look nice. That looks very nice. That's one of the engine sprues. So that's the G sprue. And this is the other engine sprue. Didn't want to do that, twerp. Is the H sprue. So we got all the pipe work and all the bits and pieces for the engine. And can I first say wow. Admittedly, there's a teeny weeny little bit of flash on the seams. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That is all the pipe work here. I mean, that is like wow. Wow, 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 wow. You can have fun detailing up this and painting it. So that's frame H. I think this is we're on par with mini art here. We're going to run out of sprue letters soon. So this is the last two sprues. Again, there's been nothing off the grey sprues. He says something just dropped on the floor. We have got a part off the floor. Famous last words. TBG, drop something. Oops. Yep, that part had come off there. Yeah, that's the undercarriage part. So that bit's quite important. Nothing else in the bag. So that's come off the case sprue. I believe. Yes, I believe that's come off the case sprue. I shall tape that bit on. Errant bit of Spitfire. Get a bit of the blue kabuki tape or the washi tape or whatever it is, and tape that back on. So again, lots of little details on here. That I did jinx that when I said it, so that's my fault. Again, all bits and pieces, cleanly and crisply moulded. All the hinges, lots of hinges here, and that's a case sprue. Or shall I just put that here? Okay. And this is Sprue J, which has a lot of bits and pieces on here. Trim wheels again. The control stick. Lots of bits and pieces that can go ping. Again, two forms of filters here. Beautifully moulded. Beautifully moulded. Again, seat belts there. you know, all the seat belts. Again, they're as thin as they can go with it on there. You can basically, as Nigel will show on his build, you can thin them down or make them appear thinner, or you can go full hog and go aftermarket as we know Airscale are doing in preparation a lot of parts for it. So yeah, so that is part 1 of the inbox review of the Messerschmitt BF109. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in again soon to see part 2. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.